Ready? Good afternoon, everyone. Is this mic working this time? I hope. I don't get any feedback anyway. My name's Bob Gallagher. Decker Plain calls me Papa Mayor, and Bob calls me Dad. Bob has always had a vivid imagination. I recall when he was in grade school, he ran around the backyard in our home in Bettendorf playing fantasy football and baseball. He imagined kicking field goals to win ball games, throwing runners out at home plate, and throwing a touchdown pass. This imagination has served him well. He has imagined the development of the sports complex out at I-80 and other projects for Bettendorf, which are now completed, in progress, or on the drawing board, some of which you'll hear about today. Bob played organized sports. He played football and baseball. He was always an active member of the team. He was always working in order for the team to succeed. At one point, Decker Plain actually was one of his flag football coaches. Who would imagine that the two of them would be working together on Team Bettendorf? Bob went to Bettendorf High School in the mid-1980s. He was determined to be a member of the varsity wrestling team. Unfortunately, as a freshman, the only spots open were at the lower weights, and he had to cut significant weight in order to make the team. Bob spent many hours at Bettendorf High School gym running and sweating under the direction of the coach to make weight. His determination paid off, and he did wrestle for Bettendorf varsity for 4 years. Now he is determined to make Bettendorf a premier city. In 1987, Bob went to college at the University of Iowa. He pledged Delta Tau Delta fraternity, which provided members a chance to be Herky the Hawk. Bob saw this as an opportunity. He tried out and was chosen to be one of the Delts who were Herky. He took full advantage of the doors that Herky opened for him, visiting pediatric patients at the University of Iowa, traveling the country with the sports teams, marching in the Rose Bowl parade, and bringing the Hawkeye mascot to life in stadiums, malls, and parks. If there was a request for Herky, Bob was there. As your mayor, Bob has always seized the opportunity and answered the call to serve. After college, Bob went to law school at Marquette University. He graduated in 1994. Upon graduation, he went to work for a law firm in Waukesha, Wisconsin. One day I received a letter, and it was a request for employment. And in that letter, he asked whether or not there was room for him in the law firm. Bob explained his desire to return to Bettendorf in order to raise his children and to make a difference in this community. Bob's imagination, dedication to teamwork, determination, and opportunistic personality has served him well since returning to Bettendorf in 1996. Bob has served the city of Bettendorf and the Quad City community since that time. In 2004, he was named Volunteer of the Year for the Bettendorf Chamber of Commerce. In 2008, he received the Sheldon Citric Leadership Award for extraordinary leadership and distinguished service to the Quad Cities. That same year, he was named Quad City Area Leader Under 40. In 2013, he was inducted into the Bettendorf High School Hall of Honor. Bob is past co-chair of the Mississippi Valley Cities and Towns Initiative and is currently serving as chair of the Scott County Emergency Management Agency and chair of the Waste Commission of Scott County. He also serves on the board of directors for the Scott County Emergency Communications Center, the Bi-State Regional Commission, as well as the Bi-State Regional Commission's Transportation Policy Committee. He serves on Eastern Iowa Community College District Foundation, the Joint Contract on Sewage Committee, and the Quad Cities Chamber of Regional Opportunities Council. As you know, Bob has been mayor of Bettendorf since 2012. Bob is dedicated to helping Bettendorf reach its full potential. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you the former Herky the Hawk, a cheerleader for the city of Bettendorf, and my son, your friend, and Mayor Bob Gallagher.
Wow, that was long. What the hell? Thanks, Dad. Much appreciated. I learned everything I need to know about practicing law and giving back to the community from my dad, Bob Gallagher, and my mom, Sue Gallagher, both of which have joined us today. My wife, Jennifer, is here. Jennifer, thank you for being here. My son, Jackson, this is his first of the 14 I've done when he's been able to be here, and his lovely wife, Bren, are here. So thank you all for your love and support. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. We do have some other dignitaries I'd like to introduce. I'll do so in an organized fashion, so as we introduce the category, then we'll give them a round of applause so we can move through those introductions a little quicker. We do have some other city mayors who are with us today. Thank you very much for being here. From Rock Island, Mike Tomes. From East Moline, Reggie Freeman. From LeClaire, Dennis Gerard. Thank you very much for being here. We have city administrators from Davenport, Doug Maxheimer. From Rock Island, Todd Thompson. From Eldridge, Nevada Lemke. And from Moline, Bob Vitas. Thank you all for being here. Representing U.S. Senator Joni Ernst's office is Michelle Beck. Representing Senator Chuck Grassley's office is Penny Vosick. Representing U.S. Representative Marionette Miller Meek's office is Rachel Anderson. Thank you all for being here. We have representatives from our school boards. From Pleasant Valley Community School District, Superintendent Brian Struess is here. The Bettendorf School Board President, Patrick Lorkin, is here. And Haley Hoyt is here, representing Dr. Michelle Morris, the Superintendent of Bettendorf Community School District. And Haley is the Career Readiness Coordinator. Thank you to our school districts for your attendance. If you've ever been on the Scott County Board of Supervisors, you're here. Everybody. So thank you, thank you, thank you. We have our treasurer, Tony Kenobi, is here, but the Scott County Board of Supervisors are represented by Chair John Maxwell, Vice Chair Gene Dixon, Supervisor Ken Beck, Supervisor Maria Bribriesco, Administrator Mahesh Sharma, Finance Director David Farmer, HR Director Vanessa Weirman, and Treasurer Tony Kenobi. Thank you all for being here. We have a great working relationship with our friends at the county. All right. It's an honor and privilege to be with you today to deliver the State of the City of Bettendorf address. I get to come up here and talk about all the great work a lot of our team members do. Our team members start with these folks here on City Council. The City Council folks that are with us today, Frank Baden, Lisa Brown, Jerry Sexer, Scott Nauman, who you heard from, and Nick Pelchinski. So we really appreciate them being here. They set long-term plans and policy for the city of Bettendorf. We give those directives to our department heads, led by our city administrator, Decker Plain, our assistant city administrator, Jeff Ryder. Now, both of these groups of people perform wonderful service for our community, and you can learn more about each and every one of them by looking at the QR code or scanning that QR code that is on your table. So you can learn about each one of them and the great things that they do in their departments. At the City of Bettendorf, we want to be the most livable community with rich educational, cultural, and recreational opportunities where we enjoy a vibrant riverfront and a growing competitive business environment. This is the vision we work for every day, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how we get there. First, we have these 5-pillar goals. These have been the same since I was elected mayor 14 years ago. We work on these goals together, and there are lots of different action items under each goal. But the first one is the bedrock of a good city. We have to remain financially sound and provide excellent city services. Second, we want orderly growth and quality development in our city. Third, we want to create a destination for entertainment and living in the downtown connected to our community's greatest resource, the Mississippi River. Obviously, we want to grow current businesses and attract new ones, and we'll talk a little bit about that. That adds up to our desire to be a premier place to live, work, play, visit, and invest right here in the Quad Cities. We have a purposeful goal setting each October, 3 days when we get together, and we create what you see is a program of work on your tables, the colored form on your table. It's either cardstock or it might be laminated. Every city council person, every department head, our city administrators, those folks all have this either written on a whiteboard or sitting at their desk. We know what we're supposed to be doing because of this purposeful planning that we go through. It's a great exercise for us to spend time together, do a little bit of a SWOT analysis, if you will, and try to figure out how we reach our 10-year, 5-year goals with the steps we'll take this next year. Our first goal we talked about, becoming and remaining a financially sound city. We are a financially sound city. We're going to talk a little bit about that today. And we provide excellent city services, at least if you believe the survey results. So, this shows the great work that our department heads do in helping to form the budget to do the things that we asked them to do out of the goal-setting series we went through. For 33 years, our Jason Schatt and the folks in finance work with all those department heads, and they've received the Certificate of Excellence in Financial Reporting each of the last 33 years. 30 years of Distinguished Budget Presentation Award from GFOA, and for the last 2, we've received the Outstanding Achievement in Popular Annual Financial Reporting. These are different awards that speak to the presentation of the budget, the creation of the budget, and how it is shared with the public. So great stuff happening in finance and in our department heads so that we can get that done. We just went out for bonds for this summer's capital improvement program, the projects that we're going to complete in streets and sewers. We're a AA+. So we're in the same spot we've been for these 14 years and continuing to get better each and every day. If you took the median home in Bettendorf, some $322,000 in valuation, and you looked at every single fee and tax that home will pay, you're going to see that we rank 6th. We have a higher debt than some of them for our projects that we do. We're very aggressive in our streets and sewers as we continue to grow. So if you remove that, and it was just the taxes and user fees, we're essentially tied for first, and Jason will get us there next year, right? Because we're going to hold the line, and we're not going to raise your tax levy, and we're not increasing new positions. We're finding efficiencies that we'll talk about here today. Nice job by our friends in finance and the department heads. If you took that same house and you moved it around the Quad Cities, this is what you'd end up paying. For about 12% less than Davenport, and our friends in the Illinois side have a different taxing structure, so it may not be a real fair comparison. But this is a great slide that shows that it's a misnomer that it costs too much to live in Bettendorf or costs more than other Quad Cities. We move to this year's budget. It's some $113 million budget. It's going to continue to demonstrate our flexibility and our strength with high reserves and the ability to do all the things that we came out of strategic planning wishing to do. It funds current service levels across all departments without a raise in the levy, despite increases in all kinds of different fees and costs, just like you all are experiencing in your businesses. And it upholds the city's commitment to pay for those 6 firefighters that the federal SAFER grant is paying for right now. That comes off in the next couple of years, and we'll have to pay for those folks, and we're glad we have them. We'll introduce you to them today. And we remain aggressive on infrastructure projects such as streets and sewers, especially as we continue to grow to the north and to the east. We're going to have to increase capacity on our arterials. We're going to have to make sure that our roads are in the best shape they can be. We have challenges. This is one of them. As you can see, this chart shows the taxable value increase over the last 10 years and the assessed value increase over the last 10 years. As you can see, the taxable value as a percentage of the assessed value has gone down significantly, about 10%. So that's a reduction in revenue that the city would be able to have to reduce your levy or to perform other things that we hear the city wants to perform as a result of some changes made at the state level. We run the city like a business, And like your business, we're experiencing increases in the cost of everything, from liability insurance, 55% higher than it was 4 years ago, thanks to Mother Nature and all the storms, derechos, and the other things we've gone through. Health insurance up 8% year over year, 38% in the last 3. And take a look at the vehicles that we replace. The last one there, a 15-year-old single-axle dump truck, 180% higher. We understand that you all are facing these struggles, but this is real for us, and we've been able to budget around these increases and not raise the levy. This is a good example of why. We continue to find efficiencies in each of our departments, doing the things that you're doing in your houses, at your businesses, living that same life and ensuring that we can cover the folks who provide the great services for the city of Bettendorf. Great job, department heads. The council and I are proud of you. The second part of this goal is to provide quality services. And the folks who live in Bettendorf wish to drive on great roads. They wish for them to be clean of snow and ice. This is a great example of a rehabilitation project on Criswell, where we're growing to the north and to the east. This wasn't in our 5-year plan for last year, but because we continue to grow and we continue to see huge numbers of traffic in this area, it had to get done. So it's a great example of how we can be flexible and perform the great work and provide quality services that our residents expect. Here's an example of some of the projects that are coming this year. Phase 2 of the Devil's Glen widening project to accommodate great growth and development in that area. Phase 1 of the 53rd Street widening project. And we're going to do some design for the Middle Road widening project. All arterials that move people north and south and somewhat east if you're looking at Middle Road to get folks to the great things that are happening all over our community. We have over 250 projects costing over $117 million in our 5-year CIP. Clearly, we're not going to get that done. We average about $10 million of work in the CIP each year, but this is a good look at some of these projects. These are things that you all talk about. Streets that you want done. Happy Joe Drive, Aaron Street, 27th. The continuing commitment to pay for the I-74 bridge. Our quiet zones coming as a result of the increase in traffic from the railway. All good stuff that has to get done one way or another. You can plan all you want for all of those projects we just went through, but then Mother Nature will throw you a curveball, right? We had a flood in this past year, and 5 days later, we had a EF1 tornado. During the flood, we bagged about 60,000 sandbags, 44,000 of which we took over to Harbor Drive, the lowest spot in our community, right there on the river. The EF1 tornado, 5 days later, devastated our first ward. It took 3 weeks to clean up that debris. Our folks are doing that good work, all while they're doing the same things that they've asked. There we go. That they've been asked to do on a daily basis, like clean those streets. 6.8 million pounds of road salt, 25.3 million pounds of garbage and recycling collected, and the people love it. 96% of our residents are satisfied with the overall cleanliness and maintenance of our city. 92% satisfied with the quality of waste and recycling services. 93% satisfied with the overall quality of services provided by the city of Bettendorf. Great job to Public Works and Community Development, all departments chipping in to make sure we can continue moving forward. Mark your calendars, please, for May 17th, Public Works Day in the city of Bettendorf. It's an opportunity for us to say thank you to the folks at Public Works and for them to provide family fun, friendly activities. Get a hot dog, a hamburger. You can paint on a snowplow, climb into the trucks. It's a great opportunity. And last year, we came up with this great idea to name a recycling truck. We had 4,446 submissions to name this truck. That blew me away. 94% of which were for one name. Scary, right? This poor child who loved recycling trucks and garbage trucks passed away in 2020 after a battle with cancer. And you see his mom and his brother pictured in the middle for Reed's recycling truck. Now they have a foundation, Rally for Reed, and if you have the opportunity, please help this foundation. They help families who have been afflicted with cancer, especially childhood cancer. It's a great foundation. What a great picture and a great day. They were so happy. The other two recycling trucks that were named are Truck Norris and Recyclosaurus Rex. Pretty cool stuff. Get out there on May 17th this year. We had some changes in transit. We have a new fleet. Smaller, more efficient buses. We're trying to find those efficiencies like we showed you. Additionally, we've changed our fare structure so veterans and K through 12 students ride for free. And this year we boast the 2024 Iowa Professional Driver of the Year, Karen Carcel-Lackey. She's been with us 33 years, and we're proud to call her the Driver of the Year. As we move into other services like police and fire, we hired 2 new police officers you see there, and we said goodbye to K-9 Ringo. K-9 Ringo probably will be replaced in the next few months. We're looking for another K-9 and another handler. They did a nice job, and he is now enjoying retirement. And as you might have read, we're saying thank you and farewell to our police chief, Keith Kimball, after 35 years of service in the Bettendorf Police Department. Keith, would you please stand? Let's give him a nice round of applause. Last week, we selected our next chief, and he's with us today. I'd like to introduce you to Lieutenant Doug Scott, and if you don't know Doug Scott, let's give you a round of applause. Thank you, sir. Doug started with us in 2006. He has 23 years of public safety experience and is the 3rd generation in his family to have graduated from the FBI National Academy. That's a big deal. 3 in the same family. Congratulations. Welcome aboard, my friend. We coached a little softball together back in the day, so I've known you for a while, and I'm real pleased for you. We're a very decorated police department. Here you see those who won the Life-Saving Award last year, Officers Sean Clausen, Brian Morrissey, and Ashley Guffey. Ashley is too cool, so she had to double up. And from the Optimist Club, she got the 2024 Respect for Law Award. So we appreciate the fact that others in the community decorate our officers with positives. Unfortunately, as our city has grown and our police department has grown, we have outgrown the actual physical department. It's sandwiched between our downtown fire station on State Street and City Hall. It's the smallest and most antiquated in the region. And at this point, we're looking to figure out what to do next. In 2023, we did a needs study, so we think we know what size we need and what we need for our folks moving forward into the future. Bray Architects provided our preliminary design in 2024, and at the end of 2024, we hired Estes Construction as our construction manager at risk. Excuse me. So, in April, you're going to get a letter from me with a survey that says, what do you think? Here's some information. Can we pull this off? And then the hope would be that we go for referendum in November to build this station. Otherwise, we're really kind of shoehorned into a spot that's not working. We talked about the Safer Grant firefighters. Here they are. 6 new firefighters hired for the city of Bettendorf this year. The city will continue its commitment to make sure that they're paid, they're fully staffed. 4 have already been to the fire academy. 2 will go to the academy this spring. And we took delivery of our new fire engine this year, 3 years back order, and 150% higher than the cost of the rig it replaced, but we needed it. And ours is one of the most trained group of firefighters in the area. 900 hours in our training facility in real fire conditions, in real smoke conditions, and we're going to add to that facility this year, putting a 3rd story on it, almost doubling it in size, so they can continue to be the most highly trained firefighters in the area. Because of that nostalgia and that tradition, they came up with a new patch, a new logo this year, and this is it. This is a pretty cool logo that really blends the past and the present and where we want to be in the future. 95% of our residents are satisfied with the overall sense of safety in our city. That's police and fire. Thanks to all the work those folks do, we are proud of you. Our second goal is orderly growth and quality development. You've seen a lot of growth and quality growth at the TBK Sports Complex area. Now they've hopped to the other side of the street. Phase 2 is open. Council and I were happy to get out to Iron T for a ribbon cutting, as you see on the top. That's a great business and is drawing people from our region into the Quad Cities. We look forward to, on April 1st, a ribbon cutting for Spring Hill Suites, and the $50 million ORA Orthopedic Center is coming out of the ground. Looking forward to the next construction season, we look south of Forest Grove, and we've got great projects on the way there. QCR Holdings on the east side and Genesis Health System on the west. TBK was the game changer we thought. It's now 7 years old. In the last 5 years, we've had about 8 million visitors, 55% of which included an overnight stay. You can see there from where most of these folks are coming, about a 6 or 7 hour drive at most, but we are continuing to work with Visit Quad Cities to ensure that everybody knows where this place is and everybody's coming here and using our hotels, eating in our restaurants. This is the game changer we wanted it to be. Bring other people's money into the community and meet the people, our best resource other than the river. When people come here and they meet you, they love you, and they love this area. We have to get them here. This is a way we're trying to do it. The city is going to use some of the increment, the tax increment, that has been generated by both sides there to join them together with this Gateway Bridge. This will begin construction this year. An awesome bridge. Then we've used some of the trademarks from the I-74 bridge, like the basket handle. This one goes out a little wider. I-74 comes in, but we'll also use the lighting. This is a great connector for our trails in Davenport out to our friends in LeClaire who are here today. Thank you, Mayor Gerard. On the heels of the Gateway Bridge, you will see construction of the compressed diamond intersection at I-80 and Middle Road. This is a $70 million project that the Iowa Department of Transportation will be beginning this year. It'll probably take 3 construction years. And you can see on the right-hand side there, those 2 red bars, that's the sewer we place through under I-80 so that we can open up development to the north, especially that northeast quadrant. This is an aerial of a lift station. This is a station where we're going to bring what's above the Forest Grove and Middle Road corridor, the sewage there, into our gravity sewage system and work with our friends in Davenport at the treatment plant. But we can't grow that way without an increase in capacity. Because our population continues to grow, it's going that direction. So this is a much needed project, about a $10 million project, which we're well underway in constructing. As you can see, and you probably know, we grew up almost 18% between the 2 decennial census. And by 2045, we're estimated to have about 56,000 people. So the area of growth in our city is to the north, and we are working hard to ensure that growth can happen with the lift station we discussed. We continue to grow in residential, about 100 new single-family homes and 9 new apartments, bringing 326 units on board. Studies show we can continue with both apartments and single-family, and the need is there, otherwise they wouldn't be being produced. But community development isn't just about building things, it could be about growing things. Around the Greenway Parkway area, we have a number of homes that have been purchased with federal dollars from FEMA. Those homes are in the floodplain. Those homes get raised, and we have to then provide green space or a way to work with the flood-prone area. This is a picture of our partners, Bettendorf Middle School. They're here to plant pollinators and prairie grass. They're going to do a pilot project for what it might look like if, when we have all of the houses that we need, we can do something like this. And we've worked with our friends at Ducks Unlimited. They want to help us with a project. This is a great pilot, but the idea is to provide storage for the water on Duck Creek to reduce the risk of flooding, to increase water quality, and increase habitat. So this is a great thing that we're doing, and thanks to Mark Hunt for taking the lead. He's our Director of Community Development. Goal 3 is to create a destination for entertainment and living in our downtown and create a better use of our greatest asset, as I said, the Mississippi River. This is the downtown master plan area, and this is the West Bridge area. We do have a couple developers who have amassed ground there that are working together on a master plan for this area. And last year, the Department of Transportation released the remnant parcels that they used to construct the bridge. So now we've got some contiguous land, and hopefully in the near future, we'll be here with an announcement to tell you what's coming. But it's going to be a destination for entertainment and living. It'll be a mixed-use development, and we're excited about bringing something to the downtown and finally kickstarting our downtown the way we'd like to see it at the council level. We've already begun some beautification efforts. These are the bollards along the river that have been replaced after they aged out and maybe were vandalized. Crews will be back to do some beautification next spring, or this spring, as we go. Ryan Jancy's here from the Downtown Bettendorf organization. Ryan, give me a wave. Ryan does a great job right there in the center. Ryan's board of directors and Ryan were successful in renewing their SMID, Self-Sustaining Municipal Improvement District, which essentially is the landowners and the business owners agreeing to a tax that goes to the board of directors to be used in the area, the downtown, for whatever the board thinks. But you've seen the pots and the planters. You've seen the banners. You've seen the events that they put on. They do a great job of beautifying the downtown and inviting folks to be there. There are people here that are on that board today. We appreciate you and the hard work you do. Mark your calendar for June 7th. Be downtown. It coincides with our city birthday, and it is a great opportunity for the whole family to come down, see some professional wrestling. There's a bags tournament. There's music all day, great food libation. Please come down and support the DBO. Goal 4 is to grow and attract businesses. And as you can see, we had a great year in growing new business to Bettendorf. The Landing Ice Rink, ribbon cutting on December 16th. It opened on the 15th, but that's the picture there, and those are some of the great things that are happening in the city of Bettendorf. We had 3 major groundbreaking events: Spring Hill Suites, grand opening, April 1st, St. Joan of Arc Catholic School, and ORA Orthopedics. And we had great infill projects that took older or dilapidated empty buildings and changed them into something new and useful. For 8 years, McDonald's was empty. Delua Tacos is there now. It's a great reuse. Please stop down and help them. That is a great restaurant. Hobby Lobby, now 2 wonderful uses in our community. Linco and Trinity Health Pace. It's a senior center, and it's really needed. It's a great thing. And Tony's opened in the old Ross's 2 days ago, so go get your Chicago deep dish at Tony's. The 5th goal is to become a premier place to live, work, play, invest, and visit here in our wonderful Quad Cities. This is the grand opening of the Landing Ice Rink on December 15th. It was a great day. It's become a great amenity. We have huge numbers of people participating there and having a great time. The storm was there this week. It is really a cool amenity, and if you have kids or if you want to go skating, please do. You've got an inside warming hut. Got all kinds of libations there. You'll have a really good time. We are excited that in May, the Landing will also have the aquatics facility. This aquatics facility will have a 12,500 square foot activity pool, a 3-story slide tower with 3 slides, a 430-foot lazy river, splash pads. It's going to be cool, just like the frozen part of the Landing. Parks and Rec, the library, and the museum bring quality of life to our community. And in Parks and Recreation, we had a 13% increase in participation in our programs. 12 new programs, including line dancing. And it's hugely popular. So if you want a line dance, you better get over there now, get on the website, and you might get in next year. They are really racking it up. I couldn't believe it. We maintain 670 acres in 26 parks and 37 miles of trails. We do it so well that Jason Manfield was awarded the 2024 Iowa Parks and Recreation Award for Parks Maintenance. He's our Parks Maintenance Supervisor. Great job, Jason. That's really cool. We welcomed a new Director of Parks and Recreation, John. Where's John? Stand up. John Burns is here. He's here from Sioux City. We brought him in January. We handed him a master plan that was partially done. He's got his fingerprints all over it. He's working to get that thing completed this year. And while it may not be sexy, we are putting a permanent restroom at the Lincoln Park splash pad named in honor for a former council member, David Lamar. So 96% of the people who live in Bettendorf are satisfied with the quality of the parks and recreation amenities. That speaks volumes for what's happened, and we're so excited for John, who's done things like Cone Park, if you haven't seen that, in Sioux City. He's got great ideas and great plans. Palmer Hills, most rounds ever. We beat last year's record, 42,586 rounds. We partnered with First Tee of the Quad Cities, a wonderful partner who provides golf and life lessons to kids of any age, ability, or socioeconomic status. Nobody's turned away by the First Tee. If you can help the First Tee, please do. They're helping kids in our community. We had a great year of awards at Palmer. We were named the 2024 18-hole golf course of the year. And you can see here pictured Bob Walsh. He's the one who is a regular at the course, who nominated our course. And we've got the Teacher of the Year, named by the Iowa PGA of America, Butch Haverland. He was really excited and pretty surprised. So great things happening at Palmer. That is turning 50 this year. So we got lots of events coming for Palmer Hills this year. We've got a Glow Ball tournament at the Forge. That registration is now open. The July 18th, 50th season tournament. And on August 22nd, an adult child tournament at the Forge. And if you are a good golfer, go out on October 17th for the Superintendent's Challenge. I will be skipping that day. At the library, we have an increase in materials circulated of 4%. We have an increase in our summer concert series attendance at 5%. 10 Thursdays during the summer. Great local bands. Please go over and support. And if you're like me and can't find your library card, you don't have to worry about it anymore. We've got an app for that. New app, all kinds of bells and whistles, but to me, the coolest thing is I don't have to find my library card. It's on the app. We did some other things at the library. We've got a new material handler, the Beast 2.0. And if you haven't been to the Creation Studio on the second floor of the library, it's free. Get up there. There's all kinds of cool stuff we've added each and every year. Now we have a sublimation printer. Go and make some knickknacks, get some gifts done. This is really cool, and the library does a great job. If you move across the street into the Family Museum there at the Learning Campus, you're going to see that the museum continues to increase its participation as well. 16% more visitors and an increase in our outreach programs where they hop in the van and go into communities and help kids learn purposeful play has increased 12%. We have partnerships with lots of people so that anybody of any age and any ability can learn purposeful play at the museum and enjoy the offerings we have. Those are great partners, awesome. And every single first grader in Davenport went through the Family Museum this year for free. On the Road exhibit, this $750,000 exhibit is being fabricated as we speak. We are excited about this. This will replace the traveling exhibits that weren't really working as well as a permanent exhibit. This is a great opportunity for kids to bring back the nostalgia of the family road trip. And they're going to go all over the country learning from different areas of the country. It's a great opportunity. So bring your kids and grandkids as soon as this exhibit gets done soon. We continue to reach you in ways that you consume information. And our Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, they're all increasing in participation. So I urge you to continue to consume information from us that way. I'll drop the 248th weekly Mayor's Message on February 28th at noon on our Facebook page and our YouTube channel. You get to hear each week about great people in our community, partners in our community, stuff that we're doing or getting information about what's coming next for you in the Mayor's Message, and we encourage you to take a look. The QR code, if you want to be in the know, hit that QR code. It's all over your tables as well. You can opt into information about the city or about emergency services. So if, God forbid, we do get hit bad enough that we don't have communication lines and you're getting a text message on your phone of what to do next, that's where it's coming. And if you want to know how to get your kid or grandkid signed up for soccer or what's happening at the landing this weekend, that's how you get the information. We are reaching more and more people through this Be in the Know Iowa app. So let's take a look at it if you can and shoot that QR code. In closing, 98% of the residents of the city of Bettendorf are satisfied with the overall quality of life and 95% say they would recommend Bettendorf as a place to live. If you're interested in learning more about the city of Bettendorf and the great work our departments do and the great work our partners like the Waste Commission of Scott County, Bi-State Regional Commission, all those folks do, come to our Citizens Academy. We're taking reservations now for the September class. You'll have a great opportunity to learn everything you want to know about the city, and our department heads do such a good job in explaining those things that they do. Thank you all for being here. I would like to thank Angie Sharp. Angie put together the slide presentation. She worked yesterday on the AV stuff. She worked this morning on the AV stuff. So Angie did a great job, and Angie's team in communications also did a great job. Thank you to the department heads. Thank you to the city council. It's such a wonderful group of people with whom to work. And thank you for all that you do to make the Quad Cities this awesome place to live, work, play, visit, and invest. Have a great afternoon.